Welcome back to Hogwild Designs YouTube channel. Today's project is that we are going to put together the Raise Hide and Seek paper clip. And here is an example of one where I have made one for you. And so this is an embellished paper clip that has little pockets and little tags, some little journal cards and some sentiments, and they're really cute. They just clip on your papers and your papers just hang on with little effort. But isn't that a beautiful way of binding a collection of papers together? So we're gonna get started here. I've already done a lot of prepping, so let me set this aside. So I did my prepping so we can make our video just a little bit faster. So what you're going to need for supplies is pretty simple, just some basics. Of course, scissors, you'll need to cut your designs out. I'm using a round over corner rounder, but that's not necessary. You can do that with your scissors. I'm also going to use a pinking shear. This is optional as well. I just thought it gives a nice effect to the little stamps that's included in the kit. I like to use a bone folder to give nice crisp folds. I like to use some distressing ink. Today I'm using chocolate brown with a distressing tool. I'm using a hole punch. This happens to be a crocodile. And then I'm using my favorite glue, which is the art glitter glue. So we will get started here. Like I said, I've already done some prepping, getting things ready to make the video just a bit faster. So what you're going to do is you will start out with your long piece here. You'll see that there are these lines, and these are your fold lines. So you're going to fold them like so. This bottom edge is going to get glued in. So what we're going to do is that we're going to glue this down now. Sometimes I get a little glue that seeps out, so I just have a little towel available. And then we're going to fold the other piece over, and this, we're going to take I'm using a jumbo paper clip, but you can use a smaller one if you choose. I just like, since these paper clips are large in size, I like to use the larger ones. I'm going to turn it this way. And it doesn't matter which way you have your paper clip. And then I thought what I would do is we're going to embellish this up. Right here where this line is, this is where the paper is going to tuck underneath there. I'm going to lay this lace so that the bottom edge is right at that line, and we're going to glue this down. I'm trying to get my right side and my wrong side up here. This might be I think that's the right side. And for this, I'm going to just use a clear tacky glue to hopefully hold this down. And I'm going to grab my paper towel, and I'm just going to blot this to pick up any glue that might seep through and to try to get a good adhesion there. All right, well, we're going to trim this up here. Okay. You'll notice that I have this piece here about 1.5 inches. I'm going to save that because you'll be amazed what you can do with these just tiny little bits in your junk journaling. Okay, so that we have that one there. And then we're going to take our next piece here, which is smaller than that original piece. And again, we're going to fold it in half. And what I've done also is that I have inked all of my edges. And I'll just take my distressing ink here, and I just put a little distressing around the edges. Okay, so then when I'm going to lay this down, and I'm trying to center it over that original paper clip. And I want to make sure I get my sides in. So I think I have it pretty close to where I want it. So now I'm going to hold it down, and I'm just going to flip this side back, because you'll notice, I don't know if you can see it here, but this is where the fold is right here, and it's a little bit, maybe 1/8 of an inch away from this fold line here, and that's because of this paper clip. We can't get it absolutely flush because of that paper clip, so it's always going to be a little off. So I have my paper clip the way I want it there, and now I'm going to just grab my glue, and we'll glue this all down. Fold it over, and I got glue on my fingers, but I'm going to take my paper towel and I'm just going to rub it over this to help to get a good adhesion. All right, I'm going to flip it over and we'll glue the other side. Okay. Now that we have that, I'm just going to trim this just a teeny little fray there. There we go. Now on here, up here, we're going to place a pocket. And this pocket is going to go right here, and it's featuring Ray there. She's hiding behind Grandma Martha, tugging at her apron. But on these pockets, they'll come like this, and these are fold lines right here where this solid blue meets the pattern. You'll fold those over, and then again, I run my bone folder to get nice crisp lines. I inked the edges, and now I'm going to apply glue to the tabs here. And we'll lay this down. Okay. Then I have a tag that we're going to stick in here. Maybe I don't want that tag. You can mix and choose what tags you want to put in with what kits. I'm going to keep that there. Okay, so then I'm going to stick that in there, but I want to add some ribbon to this. And so this is just some seam binding that I treated to get it crinkly. If you would like to see how I did that, just leave a comment in the video here if you're interested in how I crinkled my seam binding. All right, so that can now just tuck in there. Then we're going to flip it over, and we have another pocket somewhere. I think it's this one here. It's going to go here. Yes, again, this came with the tabs. I folded those over, creased them, and then I distressed the edges. So now we're going to glue this down. Just going to lay here. I'm laying it the bottom edge to the bottom edge of that top layer. Okay, and then in the kit there is a little journal card here. I'm going to tuck this inside. I have a couple sentiments. This one says adventure is clucking, and this one says Ray's hiding again. And we'll stick those in here. Then I have this stamp. And we can put the stamp anywhere we'd like, but I think I'm going to do is put it on this tag. And if you notice, on the stamp, we have Ray in a basket. So Ray is hiding in various spots in this little project. So we're just going to put this stamp on the tag here, like that. And this tag is complete. So we'll set this one aside and we will work on the final one here. So another thing with my kits is that I'm offering 3 different delivery methods. And the first is the digital download. The second is paper kit only. And the third is a paper kit with embellishments. So that would include your paper clip, the laces, the ribbons, things like that, all to be included in your kit. So here is our third one, the larger piece here. Again, I folded on the edges, and now we are going to glue this side down. Okay. I'll fold this over. We're going to put our paper clip and in the center there. And this one here, I'm going to either use this seam binding or this light blue one. I kind of am leaning towards the darker actually. So we will do the same concept that we did on the other one. We're going to add some glue to this area. And we'll lay our seam binding down. I'm going to grab my paper towel again, and I'm just going to blot it to pick up the extra glue that seeps through. I might need to get a little extra in this corner. There we go. Let's trim this off. All right, and now we're going to find our pocket. Here we have Ray. She is hiding underneath this straw hat. And oh, we don't want to do that yet. We have to put our cover on here. Here is the cover for this piece with our teal trucks. All right, that looks good. Okay, we'll flip that over and glue the other side. All right. Now we can put our pocket with that Ray is hiding in here, and we're going to put that right there. This tag will stick in there, but we need to add a ribbon. Let's see what let's do, let's see here. I have this yellow gingham. Let's use this. So I'm trying to, I'm going to dovetail the end here. Okay, I'm going to fold the two ends together. I'm going to take my center, my fold, I'm going to run that through my front of my tag, through the hole. I'm going to take the tails, and we're going to run the tails through the loop and then draw it up. Just need to be a little careful not to pull it too tight to rip our paper. All right, so we have that, and now we can tuck that back in there. So that's cute. And we'll flip it over. We'll have the same thing on this pocket. It's going to go right down here. Alright, and then we have this journal card. I'll tuck that in here. And we have these sentiments. We have Happy Hens and Peekaboo Little Hen. We'll stick those in here. And again, we have a stamp, again with Ray. And we will glue this on there. Oops. All right. So that completes this project. So we have these 3 paper clips that come with the kit, and I hope you enjoy it. I will have a few more videos for the Country Blooms and Happy Hens collection, that tutorials, one on our flip out journal, one on our pocket folio, and a third one on our hideaway note card. So thank you all for stopping by. Hope to see you again soon.